Everybody, welcome on in to the Aegis Rolldown podcast. Today's episode, we are shaving Lawrence's mustache. So welcome on in. CLE, how you doing today, man?
Great. I'm glad I still have my mustache intact.
Feels good, dude. Feels good.
Feels real good.
Same, actually. Lawrence, how's it feel to lose your mustache today?
I've always wanted to shave my mustache. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little boy, so I'm pretty excited for today.
That feels good. At like what age were you thinking about shaving it? Would you say, give or take?
I'd probably say around 1 to 2, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like I was right around there. I don't know. CLE, what about you? You have a glorious mustache, and I feel like you would never actually shave it. Thoughts on that?
I did just have a mustache for like 2 days over Christmas, and my wife didn't like it. So
there are rumors, allocations that your mustache is fake.
It is not. So I just tried to pull it off.
Can you prove it? Yeah, can you try pull it off? And if it,
what? Somebody with a fake mustache wouldn't actually pull it off. If it was real, you would pull it off your face.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was real, you'd make it happen. Listen.
No.
But welcome in, everybody. This is the Aegis Rolldown podcast, episode 19. Don't let the thumbnail fool you. One of us forgot to make a thumbnail, therefore reused episode 3's thumbnail. And here we are. So, good to have everybody here. Just finished a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to go through our normal topics, meta news, our weeklies, the leagues, some awards, question and answers at the end. Yeah, so make sure you guys are typing in the chat if you guys have any questions that we can answer towards the end. But other than that, that's pretty much the general consensus of it. Besides the first thing that I want to know, CLE, how's solo queue been, dude?
It's fine. I'm like stuck around like 120-ish LP all the time. I just can't end up. I just don't go first often enough. I go eighth too often. You know, classic TFT.
Classic.
Yeah. How's it going for you, Honey Bear?
I just hit the rank that everyone is striving for, probably. Diamond
Challenger.
4. Oh. I'm a big man on campus now.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
I think I have more LP than Lawrence.
Are you sure?
No.
What are you at?
I'm opening it up right now, to be honest with you.
Okay. I need to double check exactly what I am, but I had a good game last night, so I might be above you.
Oh, because you were at 12 before, if I remember correctly.
I was at 13. And then I got a second last night.
Yeah, it's probably not looking good, because I had a bad game. My current rank is... server error.
Nice.
The classic.
All right, current rank is...
you were at 12.
What, 12?
But even before that, you were at 33, and I'm at 39 right now, so get wrecked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was my bad game.
You guys see this one hair? What is it? What is this doing?
How? Wait, let go.
I think it's trying to escape your hair.
How is it there? How's it doing that?
What is this one doing?
That one's fine. It's not defying gravity.
I'm shaving my head.
The other one is defying gravity. Wait, CLE, are we literally, is this like, obviously, I can do it with glasses on. Are we doing this all podcast?
Yeah, and Lawrence can't even do it. You freaking noob.
Hang on. Gotta go glasses off for this. Do you have a strap that helps you hold it in?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Oh, I can do this too.
I can't see what you're doing anymore.
Oh, there we go. Back to normal.
Oh!
There's your thumbnail.
Thanks, man. Lawrence, flip it.
Yeah, I got you.
Snag it. Snag it. Put it on there.
No, Chat is saying to hear me twice. Or did I fix it? I muted myself on Video Ninja.
They hear you twice? Is it Lawrence? Do you hear anyone else besides CLE twice?
Well, I don't see it popping up again for reverberating.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I fixed it. Okay, it was my bad. I'm sorry, guys.
This guy.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, though. I mean, it took me way longer to hit Diamond than I had planned. I planned to hit it in under 100 games, hit it in 160. Not even close. So, yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, well, I feel pretty confident to hit Masters again this set. So that's basically like the end goal. Is just enjoy my way to Masters and be done with it after that. So
right.
I wish I could hit Masters. It'd be nice.
You gave up last set.
You say gave up. I was trying so hard.
Until last day. You didn't play a game. Or did you? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
SMH.
I don't even remember my own climb.
Nope. Why are we talking about our LP when we're all kind of just washed, you know?
I mean, it's the intro. We got to talk about us. What do you want to talk about? What anime you been watching, CLE?
Yeah, I've been playing TFT.
That's right.
That is not an anime.
I've been watching Crazy Pete play this scary game and I don't like it.
What's it called?
That's something. I don't know. Dead something.
By Daylight?
No.
Dead Space?
Dead Space, yeah, that's it.
Is it?
Yeah, the
they did a remaster of it.
That
it's
sounds
scary.
awful.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and one of my friends actually started playing it, and then they glitched it and they for some reason are one of those people that only do one save, and so it got glitched, and that was it. So like they didn't have like an auto save or anything. It was just fucked.
That feels
screwed,
awful.
Yeah, no, imagine that. Like I that's what I will let the autosave go. I'll save over itself maybe twice, and then I'll do a new save every single time, just so I avoid things like this. And he apparently didn't. So that's a big rip.
Do you see this? No line. Like I got it. So there's no hairline. Hairline.
This is wow. You just have hair everywhere.
What if like I literally have like this is my good side. This is my like balding side.
Is this your strong side?
This is balding side. This is full head of hair, honey bear.
Wow. Just sit like that the whole time. I'll sit like this. Wait, no, this way, so we can all just
there
look at
it is, because you got like the loop. Okay, so I'll be this way. So like, are we looking at each other this way?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
if I turn this way,
we're looking at
you.
Lawrence. So Lawrence, get your act together.
No. I'm trying.
So someday I will set it up to where it's like a pseudo green screen. You can set this up. I'm not 100% sure how to, but it's like a pseudo green screen background so that like if I take my hand and push it across, it'll go through Lawrence's camera. And so, but it won't actually be like in Lawrence's camera. It'll be like that green screen effect. Someday.
That'll be really awkward.
Someday.
You don't get paid enough for that.
You're gonna pat my head.
I could, yes. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Lawrence, any anime?
I have been struggling to keep up with it, but I was starting to rewatch Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes.
After like 6 or 7 years. Yes, started watching Brotherhood, and that has been a trip. I've been enjoying myself. I'll probably try to sit down tonight and like get a couple more episodes in, but I'm about 20 in. And it's still like slow rolling, so it needs to pick up the pace a little bit. But I do love the characters in general, so I'm excited to see how it goes. When was the last time you watched it, Honey Bear?
It's probably been 3 or 4 years since I've watched it. It is definitely one of the greatest anime of all time. I think it is actually like ranked in most sites the greatest anime of all time.
Really, for a really long time, it was ranked as the highest.
Yep, on multiple sites, like anywhere that ranks anime, it was number one. Absolutely phenomenal. Sealy, you're not an anime guy though, right?
I watch Arcane.
Okay, I mean that's fair. Did you enjoy Arcane?
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
Okay, all right. You're getting there.
Yeah, it's like the entry drug, right?
Yeah, for elite guys, sure.
We'll count it.
Okay, Rohan, that's your favorite anime though. That's hype because it's number 3 for me. Number 3 for me. But I don't know. That could change. It's really good.
What else is above it?
Huh?
What else is above it?
You're gonna ruin my top 3?
I mean, only if they're bad.
I mean, my number 1 is just a personal favorite.
Well, okay.
Personal favorite. It's what got me into anime.
I won't trash it then.
It's what got me into it. It's Fairy Tail. My personal favorite.
We've had this conversation before. I don't want to.
We have. You knew my favorite anime was Fairy Tail.
Oh no, I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No, I mean I remember the conversation like happening, but I don't. My memory is not the greatest, so I was like,
we'll save number 2. Well, I'll save number 2.
Okay.
Another podcast, but yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, amazing. I actually might want to watch it back. Somebody in chat said One Piece. Watch One Piece. I am on episode, not to toot my own horn, but I'm getting caught up. I'm on episode 914. So
that's a number of episodes.
There.
This is why I don't do this.
It's the longest drug. I've been watching watching One Piece for like 15 years. It's been out for over 20. There's not many anime like this. It's like I don't know, for animated production, right? Because you have anime, cartoons, whatever they call it in China, whatever they call it somewhere else. But for animated things, it's like One Piece, Naruto, The Simpsons, Family Guy. No, Family Guy can't even be in there. It's like Simpsons. Like that's like it. Dragon Ball series maybe. Yeah.
You need to get we had a new caster this weekend, Z-Boy Wonder. He is a huge anime head.
Is he?
I do know that. Yeah, so you could have a conversation.
I did see his Naruto blanket in the background. He's got he's got the Akatsuki blanket I saw in the background.
Ooh. Yeah, and shout out to him. He was just live for 20 days straight for a subathon. Kind of a beast, but also it was kind of sad because he couldn't be casting as much as we would have liked. Anyway, but his biggest complaint the entire time was just please let me watch anime. So
feels good, man. Anywhom, Lawrence, how long until you finish Full Metal?
I'll watch it all tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'll have it done.
Okay, last question about it, and we can move on to meta news, whatever he actually wants to talk about. Lawrence, did you and will you cry?
Again?
Did you and will you?
I did not cry on the first one.
Okay.
I might this time.
Okay.
Now that I've been like that much older, like I was just like that young. I don't need to cry when I'm watching stuff when I'm like 19, 18 and a half years old. Nowadays, I'm like, I really like take stuff like that in, and if I'm remembering the ending correctly, it'll just be very.
There's the saddest moment is. I'm tiptoeing as much as I can. All right. If for those of you who just coming in, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, one of the saddest moments is in the middle-ish.
Spoilers.
So big spoiler. Gosh. Yeah. If you've seen it, you know the moment. It is one of the most iconic moments in all of anime. Everybody knows it. Stuff happens. Anyways, we're ready to move on to meta news.
Oh, for sure, bud.
Oh, for sure, dearie. On to the meta news, eh?
So, do we want to talk about
Sealy, what the heck
competitive? EU competitive? What do you mean?
You want to flip a coin?
Which one first? Do I have a coin?
I have a tissue box.
I don't have
it's
a
empty.
Coin. Flip it.
Puffs.
Puffs up. We talk about EU.
And every other box is not EU?
Is NA.
Okay.
Yep, correct.
Oh, I didn't get it in frame. Hang on. Gotta move it again.
Ah! Oh, I guess we're talking about NA.
It's out. It's NA.
Okay, sounds good. We are all just like lol chess refreshing, watching the scoreboards. Nature's just put out a tweet about like 50 minutes ago. If the snapshot was right now, what the LP cutoffs would be. Top 24 is 1,169 LP, and top 152, so to get into the tournament, is 779. So we have a lot of Aegis, players, community members that are quite close. And we were looking at this before the show, and I would like to say that we missed a whole group of people, by the way.
Where?
Getting into top 125. Or 152, I mean.
From Aegis?
Again?
Oh, yeah. Because there's the people that are in GM that haven't promoted yet. So, Jesus Timo popped off. He's at 900 LP in GM.
Yo! Okay, so that's why he didn't. Okay.
Yeah, he went 2-2-2-1-4-4-1 in his recent games. And it just gone straight up. LP go up.
I did not wait. No, so Jesus Timo's in?
He's in, basically. MZ Shady is basically in at 833 LP in GM. And then new caster today, Alvaro, currently, according to Nature's tweet, would be in at 783.
Ooh.
So
that's pretty exciting.
You believe? Wait, Dot just said Timo's not signing up.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. I was just reading that as well. Like, I mean, I guess if people just don't want to come to play, then you don't want to play, or you can't play even. Like some people just can't play on that day. Who knows?
It is episode 7. I'm sorry. I thought it was more mid-ish. Episode 7. You're right. Anywho,
trade is
on meta news, okay?
Dude, sorry. Backtracking.
Trade is right now on the outside, barely looking in. So a couple good games they could get in as well. They were playing ACL today, so got a good warm up for ladder. And then that's everyone below the top 200 basically on this leaderboard.
What?
Yeah,
right, so we could have 4 or 5 in Corrupted Cup with 2 at day 3.
I think more than that. We guaranteed to have 2 in day 3, basically.
Guaranteed 2 day 3.
As long as they don't employ their LP.
Well, yeah. Knick-Knack is looking safe.
Knick-Knack is safe. Knick-Knack is safe.
Mm-hmm. Who else was it? Pitsy's safe.
Pitsy's safe. Knick-Knack's safe. Ooh, where am I hearing myself? Am I hearing myself through Lawrence?
Are you?
I don't know. Am I hearing myself through myself? No.
I just think you're hearing yourself.
I think you're just going crazy in here. This guy.
What just happened?
All right. Yeah, Pitsy's safe. KPK 904 safe. Right?
Yep, safe.
Can we agree?
Yep, Greers.
Okay, full agreed.
Somebody better be writing this list down because this is.
Well, I mean, it's not finalized yet, so I'm not gonna do an announcement for it just yet.
Written down. And then
written down. It's basically truth at this point.
Written down.
So here's my question for the masses: if your Keens is in within, do you just try to run it down? Like, do you just try and play? Like, if you're not going top 10, why even be there?
You don't need top 10. What?
The joke, CLE. Take a joke, man. Corrupted Cup, though, do you think one, the meta's going to change, right? It's next weekend.
Yeah.
Start of it next weekend, correct?
Yes, and the hero augment change will happen. We do need to talk about this, by the way.
Yeah, that was going to be my point going into it, is meta's going to change, hero augment's going to change. They typically don't do a massive patch for a tournament patch, but do you think it's going to be a bigger patch than normal because of the C patch that we had to have?
I believe the notes are out.
Are they?
Am I wrong? It's 13.2, right? No, they're not out. That's a lie. I just lied to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that'll be interesting because there are so many things that they wanted to change, but they might have seen what happened from 13.1C and just dropped a bunch, added a couple. I don't know how much exactly they're going to be able to do with that.
Yeah, I know, Lawrence, you and I I think it was you and I talked about this yesterday or last time on the podcast, right? Of changing it. Like, do you actually want to change a lot or do you want to change a little and see if that narrows it down? I think they changed a little for C, and I actually think it worked. I think the meta is pretty good right now. Like, I would like them to actually continue that. Don't tweak a lot, because tweaking a lot just changes the whole game. If anything, tweak less. See what happens. I think there's so many viable comps. What do you think, Sealy?
Yeah, I think there's so many small things you can change as well that end up making massive waves where something is not quite as viable, so then something else can kind of take its place. You see this like every set, but sometimes the patches are so big that it kind of just takes over what happened and feels like an explosion. Whereas this time, to me, it at least felt like there wasn't much of a nudge in most places, and that felt pretty good in terms of keeping it stable. If the meta's in a good spot, I think you should try to keep it stable. But you do need to remember that you don't want it to be too over the top and in terms of keeping it the same, because otherwise the game gets boring. But I think it's in a good spot where you can kind of change like maybe 5 to 10 things every patch and probably still be pretty fresh.
I have really strong opinions about this.
Oh, go ahead.
Right now, it is fairly balanced, right? There is now a clear Jeff Bezos comp. If you get here with Aphelios 2, you kind of win the game,
Yes.
which is probably how the game should be.
Wait, you think if you get Aphelios 2, you win the game?
Basically.
Okay.
Aphelios is broken. Yeah. I enjoy TFT better when it is broken.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you gonna find random things or what?
I'm like, as a player, I enjoy and am good at forcing things. So when Yuumi was in meta, I climbed infinite. When nothing is really forcible right now, I'm just like, nah, like I just won't go anywhere. And this is obviously just a personal thing. I'm not saying it's better for the game. I just enjoy the game better when it's a little bit broken. So I kind of like Balance the Rush a little bit.
I think I want to bring up something that was pretty interesting from one of Alvado's recent videos, was that the way that the 5 costs were kind of set up this set is that there's only one champion that's a 5 cost legendary unit that has almost the entire budget of itself in damage, and that's Aphelios. So Aphelios was not as strong, so there wasn't that Jeff Bezos thing that you could kind of look for and put all of your damage items onto Aphelios, one shot everything, and just win because you had like the best comp. Whereas before, you're like, well, I have all these legendaries, they're good, but are they going to win me the game? I thought that was like kind of an interesting point to bring up, where like you say that you feel good about forcing things, but how do you feel about forcing that and then getting beat out by this new comp that's like Aphelios? Really?
Well, I'm not really forcing anything right now. Like, that's my preferred meta. You kind of have to play flexibly in this meta, or you just go 8th all the time, which I do. Anyway,
big fan of going 8th over here.
Yeah.
In general, though, like, do you know what I'm kind of getting at, though? Where like you have these forcible comps that are good, but if you are winning so hard that you can hit the Jeff Bezos comp, you kind of just win the game. Do you enjoy that that's there, or would you rather they still have that Aphelios per se from each comp or each set, like just pulled out, so when you force the comp, you have a good chance of going first? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think like Yuumi right now, which is really Nyla reroll, but anyway, goes first if you hit. Basically, there's very rarely beat by many things if you hit all of those 3-star, just because of the sheer amount of damage, and especially the backline access that still comes with Yuumi. But it does belong in the game, right? There does need to be this high capped board that you can shoot for, and you roll down on level 9, and you like if you had infinite gold and a really strong mid game playing laser core or whatever to roll it down, like that should exist. And that's just not how I enjoy playing.
Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, it's personally like I really do like forcing comps. I think that's more fun to me. Just from the standpoint of like I like to have one comp that I can play flex with, if that makes sense. And so I like to be able to have multiple carries with my single comp that I can work with as I please. Or be able to itemize a specific unit a different way. But not have to like force my way into it. And so like I enjoy if I can run Ox Force, let's say, or Renegade Ox Force. If I can run that comp, if I can go vertical Ox Force, if I can go vertical Renegade, if I can go somewhere in between, if I can have multiple carries in there, it doesn't have to be Viego. If it can be Talon, if it can be whomever. I don't think that is the case in a lot of different comps right now. I think comps are way more unit dependent. I think there are specific carries that have to be a carry in a comp, and that I don't like as much. I wish there was a little bit more flexibility within that, but yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of my preferred way of playing. But I do think that right now there is a comp for everybody, and which I really enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's nice when you have things that you can kind of play. Like there's the comfort almost where if certain comps are completely just gutted and not able to be played, you start like losing players.
Yep.
I had a conversation with somebody the other day about League of Legends. There was not to get it too off track with this because I'll relate it back. But in season 1, there was rumblings of basically having almost like a set like system where certain champions played each season. But the problem was that people just left when they couldn't play their champion. Like they were just like, "Oh, Wukong is banned this season. Bye," and they would just stop playing the game, right? Whereas like this, if things are banned or nerfed into the ground for too long, people just go, "Bye, I'm going to stop playing the game." Does that feel how you guys play the game at all with those forcings, or is it like does it matter what it is?
Nope, I'll always find another thing to play. So it's like, there's always going to be a fun comp to me, whatever it is. But like right now, I love forcing the Renegade Ox Force. I think it's fun. I think it's a good comp. I think it's even an S tier comp. I just enjoy playing it. I know they've had their nerfs here and there, but I really enjoy it. And so, but if that comp goes away, there's just going to be the next comp that I'm going to like enjoy playing, try to force, and work my way through it. So for me, it's less about the specific comp. It's more about this is what I found success with. I enjoy success, and so I played it, and now I enjoy the comp rather than like I'm still finding somewhat success, but I enjoy the comp enough to where it works for me.
So what? You're a one-tricker of success.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a hot take. You enjoy success?
There it is.
I love
How
success.
about that? Yeah, but that's kind of my thought process around it, and I think it works to have hi puppers. Speaking of Full Metal Alchemist,
spoiler alert.
Spoiler. So,
what?
Do you get a kiss?
Trying.
Yeah, but anyway, speaking of Full Metal Alchemist, wait, Sealy, you don't know. You don't know, man. You just don't know. What was I saying? Something about something.
I don't know.
TFT's in a great spot. That's what I'm ending with. TFT is in a good spot. You guys want to move on to EU?
Yeah, well, I want to call out who is in a good spot. We didn't even say their names. Keens and Within are currently in the top 24. Looking to get that. Did we? Okay, well, get that first week bye. Anyway.
Get it. Go do your thing.
Do it.
Keens,
I dare you.
Keens cannot be day one if he gets a bye.
Yeah, I will say, I think it was this morning I was talking to Keens and said that like it's really cool to see how he had improved in particular himself, because he had like rough showings and got day one multiple times like recently in the last couple months at tournaments, and that can hit someone really hard. Whereas like somebody that played competitive League of Legends, like not at a really high level, but I had played competitive League of Legends, it hits really hard when you just lose. Like you lose in playoffs. Like you're like, I know I'm good, but it wasn't good enough. And like when you get hit with that, it's really rough. And I like know that it hit him a lot when those happened. And he came back, and now he's ranked like 22 in NA. Like that guy is a fighter, and I wanted to shout that out.
I mean, we'll talk about it later with ACL, but I'm sure.
This is just in terms of like his actual rank, right?
Yeah, but like not just rank 22, 1/4, top 4, and he's in top 20. It's like he moves up 3 spots.
Yeah,
or 4 spots just with that.
Yeah, I wanted to shout this out too. This is kind of, I can't remember. I can't believe I didn't think of saying this joke or remembering to say this joke. But Dot in the chat says it's low-key inspiring that his solution to not getting day one is to just be better and not play day one. You can't get day one if you're playing day 3.
Yes,
so just hit 1200 LP forehead. Like I don't know what you guys doing.
I don't know what these day oneers are thinking. Just win in solo queue. Come on.
Just don't play, right? Just move on, forehead. Yeah.
Or just play 7,000 games and be the best. Easily.
Yeah. And, ready for this transition? I bet that many of our EU players this weekend didn't wish they would have had that first day bye.
That's perfect.
Because we had 9 players play in Golden Spatula Cup that are part of our community, the first Golden Spatula Cup. And I believe to get people that got to day 2 only, was Zelhandro made it, and Ixula. I believe that's it.
Freaking amazing.
Well,
2 of the 9 made it through.
over there.
I mean,
right?
transition, amazing transition.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I worked hard on that. Scripted.
Was it?
No.
Are you kidding me?
What?
It was scripted?
It could be. Do you want it to be?
Anywho.
Nothing here.
What do you think about, I mean, the not just like our guys, but what do you think of the like EU versus NA kind of metas that are shaping up? Celia, I know you watched as much as you could of the Golden Spatula. What do you kind of think of that meta? And do you think that NA is kind of in the same boat, or do you think there are different meta changes between regions?
There was a lot of re-rolling happening in EU. A lot. A lot of Yumi, a lot of Draven winning lobbies in EU, where, even in ACL today, AML yesterday, there wasn't a ton of that. So I thought that was interesting. It took a lot of the commentators by surprise, especially on day one when that was winning lobbies. They just weren't ready for it. Which, I mean, obviously, like, we knew it was good, but they just weren't expecting it to win lobbies like they were expecting the fast 8 and 9 level 9 comps to win. So it did in fact look different, especially different from what we saw in ACL today.
Yeah, I think it's something I remember seeing a lot in that like behind the scenes kind of things in LCS or like League of Legends pro play, where they have these like hidden techs that they don't really reveal until stake. So the casters are like, so what's this? Oh crap, that's a fiddlesticks. Like these random lock-ins, and so seeing it like that, where the casters are also like, oh, that's a Yumi reroll on Golden Spatula Cup game day. What the heck? Like that? Like that's
what?
Like
it's back.
Like that's here again. So like those things happening I think those are fun almost. Where on the fly these casters are kind of just figuring it out and being like, well, these are the reasons maybe why I think it works. Yeah. And so getting to see that happen, because like if it's all the same things over and over again, you're like, okay, well, why am I not just going and watching some random streamer? It's seeing all these like random metas come in and push each other to their own limits at the same time, unlike these Golden Spatula days, like you're saying.
Amumu was played in the jungle for the LCS for the first time since Cloud9 played it in the playoffs in 2015.
Yeah, I love those stats.
Yep. So like he's been played support, but like to your point, Lawrence, it's so fun when things like that happen and casters just have to like roll with it, and you get to see the personality of the casters of like, oh, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna say? Like you can't prep for that. So like what analysis are you gonna bring? You can just like lean on in, like, ooh, I hope they fail. No, I'm just kidding. I hope they know nothing.
And I do say Amumu, or did you say
Amumu?
Yeah, Amumu. Yeah, like that's what I was thinking. I thought you said Wukong for a second, but it was like the Amumu got picked and locked in.
Yeah,
and it had been playing like a lot in support because he naturally has like a pretty good kit. But in jungle, it's like
not since high roll swapped for the 2015 or 2016, I can't remember. And it was the miracle run for Cloud9 getting through the gauntlet to make it to the World Finals. Not that I'm a fan or anything.
No. You know how to spell Cloud9?
No. There's a C and there's a 9. That's all I got. That's it. Honey Bear has water. This is just flavored water. I think it's lemonade. I think it's raspberry lemonade.
What kind of flavoring thing do you use?
Shaker? Vega.
No. Like what's the stuff you put in it?
Crystal Light.
Okay. No idea what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Crystal Light. It's not that great for you. But it's better than a lot of the others. And I don't like just drinking regular water, so I flavor everything. There it is.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Pretty good to me. You gotta take what you can get. But going into it, yeah, I love that, the meta kind of shifted. I agree with both of you. I think the meta shifted a little bit to something that we weren't prepared for. And bringing it kind of back to us, I think it's cool that we get to see, bring it outside of our leagues for a second, because it's meta. But we get to see this is one of the only spots besides the world champion itself, or championship itself, that you get to see all of the metas clash together. So, because we not only have North America, we have EU, we have LATAM, we have a lot of countries and a lot of regions, and it's pretty cool. So, yeah. Anything else you guys want to bring up with meta news, or you guys want to switch on into weeklies?
Shout out to Xula for getting 12th in Golden Spatula Cup. I know it's probably not the result he wanted, but well done. That's still pretty dang good.
Yep. I hope they come and play in our leagues.
Please.
Yeah, come.
Come play. Or don't. I mean, that's fine too. We you're still a member of the community, but come play in our leagues. Or come join the podcast someday.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Do it.
Weeklies!
Or come and join our weeklies.
Lawrence!
Ooh.
What the heck
Spicy.
happened this week? Do you know about your weeklies?
We finally got back on track. That's what happened.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So weeklies happened. Lawrence, we having a weekly this week?
Yes, sir. We'll be doing another weekly, but as was said in the at everyone announcement that we sent out earlier this week, we'll be switching back and forth between challenger mode and challenge.
Yes.
To kind of have it separated, because we originally were going to have it all on challenge, but that's only NA based, and over half of our player base is not NA. So that would have been pretty tragic. So we kind of tried to do a back and forth between these two. And so we had a challenger mode last week that we can get into, but I also want to highlight that this week it'll be challenge, and we'll have the signups out on Monday and start to help people get through that process, because it's a brand new website that most people haven't used. And I want to make sure that people know what's going on and have a chance to go and play in that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, for sure,
dearie. But we had a pretty good turnout for the weekly this week. A lot of brand new names that I really hadn't seen before, and so that was pretty cool.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, that was specifically. I do also maybe I'm jumping the gun a little on this, but the results were pretty interesting. Somebody that I've known for a little while, that's one of our players we'll talk about potentially in the league section, is Soak, Team Ambition Soak. He has been actually League of Legends coach over there for a while, so I've known of him for quite a bit. And then he said that he quit League of Legends to come and play TFT, and he got fourth, winning $12 in one of his first ever weeklies. But that's pretty sick.
That was super cool.
I wanted to shout that out right away.
Yeah, especially over I don't know if you've never played in these weeklies. Once you start getting to semifinals, finals, they're actually pretty stacked lobbies. And they're really pretty enjoyable to see. But you also get players who might not always play against, the challengers. And so they do things that you might not be prepared for. And it's kind of a different way of seeing the game. I want to quote unquote lower tier players might roll on a stage you're not prepared for and screw up your win streak. And it's good to kind of practice in those ways. And I think it's kind of an enjoyable thing. Yeah, I mean, getting to that final lobby, you have to go through players like player Penta X. What's his name? Player 7X.
500X.
Player 12X. Player X.
I don't know.
Number. Player number X.
The entire name is just X's.
Tarzan. Tarzan was in there. Great player. ZZ Zhao was in there. Little known player Keens happened to be in there. Jesus Simo. Indy Alex.
Indy Alex played. Wow, that quarterfinals was quite stacked.
But yeah, I mean, having to go through players like that and still make it to the top, that's really cool. It's really well done. It's really good practice for things, and you can walk away with a little bit of money. So,
no needed money.
Celia, somebody who has won money in these events over, maybe a fan favorite in this in Aegis Esports here. Talk to me not about that experience, because we already know about that experience, but
I don't need to. Yeah.
Talking about, how does it feel like playing through these tournaments? Do you think it's difficult kind of getting to these finals?
It is, especially with the variance that comes with these. You bought 4 once you're done. kind of tournaments that PSLT runs. Those our weeklies are like that too. It's like you just need a top 4 like the whole time.
Yep.
And that's really difficult. So props to anyone that can make it to those finals. You obviously need to be a really good, consistent player, and you will run into some of those really, really good players that play in ACL that are high on ladders just seeking a couple bucks. So, it's hard.
Not simple at all.
I learned Lawrence is a boat. No, you're on a boat.
I am a boat.
Are you a boat or are you on a boat?
Both. I'm a boat on a boat. Boatception.
You also have like shiplap behind you with the wood, so it really kind of does look like you're on a boat. So,
as they say, I am both.
Oh, I would ship that. Any more about weeklies? You guys want to move on to league?
I will just mention we'll probably still have weeklies then until the end of the month. So stay tuned for those. We'll be announcing them same as we always do. But once it gets closer to that, maybe like a week or 2 out, we'll let everybody know what's kind of going on with that in terms of past that point into March.
Cool.
Other than that, I'm good.
On the league play, do you guys want to start? Where do you want to start?
Let's start from the bottom. Now we're here.
So ACL?
No. Yeah. You're an idiot.
What? I thought he was gonna go over. I thought you were gonna flip.
Hilarious.
That would have been great.
Good stuff.
What a funny guy.
Wait, hold on. We did not talk about the Fortune's Favor tournament at all.
Oh, we should talk about that.
Yeah, might as well.
Where does that go in? Where does that
go in?
Does that go into leagues? Is it going to weekly?
I mean, it's a league.
It's a Fortune's Favor league. It's
a 1-day league where we don't track points.
I mean, we can chat about that. So essentially, I'm gonna give the whole rundown of this. We started. Lawrence and I lost our minds on broadcast.
You did.
I have no clue what was said. We wung it. We made things up as we went. Things happened. And then CLE joined us, tried to pull us back, failed, and then weird things were said, and now we're back on podcast.
We had a winner's interview with 8 different people.
Yes,
everybody was a winner.
8 different winners. We had a birthday. We sung "Happy Birthday"
in a round.
Yeah,
that happened.
Yeah, that took a while.
What is wrong with us?
What else happened, Lawrence? What of note happened? Lawrence is like, does your chair... Wait, Lawrence, can you say something? Your mic's gone, you unplugged it! Lawrence is like, I'm gone! Like, peace out, everybody! Wait, CLE, does your chair do that?
Yeah, nothing. Does my chair... I can't go back that far. But I could roll back here if I wanted to.
He's gone! Does that count?
All right, I'm back.
I don't know.
Woo, welcome back. Anyways, right. Lawrence, what the heck happened?
I do have to show this, though. Look at this.
It's a puppers. You gotta go up. It's a puppy!
I want a puppy.
Lawrence, for people who don't know, who is that dog?
What?
Who is your dog?
Winry.
Can anybody hear Lawrence? Is he here?
Winry.
He said something.
There he is.
He's on a boat, remember?
Winry!
It's Winwy.
Winwy? Winwy.
All right. This is basically how this was not what I was planning on doing. She just was being very cute. That's basically how the Fortune's Favor event went.
Yeah, this was a good snippet of the entire Fortune's Favor event.
Yeah, no, we basically just shot the stuff for multiple hours straight.
Yes.
Just basically saying whatever came to our mind.
Yes. And there was a lot of urine talk as well.
I think one of the funniest things to me was Pete came on and he just was in there and we're like, all right, Pete, start casting. And he's like, I'm in a ranked game. Just like, the way he said it too, he's like, I know I have to do this.
We got to watch some of Pete's rank game. That was fun.
Yeah, that was funny.
We got to watch some of Pete's rank game. He lost. I think he went 8th.
I think he did. My favorite part was getting caught up on all the lore that had been established throughout the stream.
There was a lot of lore.
We had a bunch of plot holes.
And Indie Alex's
Scream.
movie?
We were watching Scream.
Okay.
Yep. That was actually the most enjoyable. Oh, no, the most enjoyable was Indie Alex's Zoom board.
Who?
The Zoom board? He just zoomed in on the board and went. Did he go first?
Oh yeah, you weren't there for
that. They
got
top 4. You weren't there for that?
Zoomed in. We just zoomed in. Well, first of all, we zoomed in on just Indie Alex's camera, so that was our entire stream where we were like watching Scream 4 on the stream of the stream. And then later we zoomed back out, and Indie Alex is like, what if I did the same thing except for my board? And so he just zoomed in on his board. And we were watching him play, and he got like a top 4 with just being a zoomed board.
He zoomed on the entire game. I had no idea what he had on his board. I didn't know if he was winning fights, losing fights, nothing. And then he got a choke at 3. And it failed us. It missed its ult. It had a good chance. We got the choke at 3, missed his ult. Big rips.
You know who didn't miss their ult?
Winner?
The people that won in AAL.
That's true. We should probably get back. Oh my goodness.
AAL.
How am I doing? Am I doing good? Yes, doing great.
What are you drinking there?
Water.
In my big mug.
Water. All right.
You know who also drinks water?
Jesus.
No.
Good transition.
True. And also those people in AAL. That's not AAL. That is ACL.
Oh my goodness. Who hired this guy?
Anywho. So,
you can see him in the room now.
Over here. You said start with the bottom.
Yeah, so AAL.
Keynes. We'll get to him. Anyways, lots of hype stuff going on in the AAL. If you guys didn't know, these are the final results for the AAL. We are moving into playoffs, week 1 playoffs. These top 8 beautiful people that you see right here, they're not playing in week 1 because they have a bye. Nope, they're not playing. People who are actually playing are these 9 through 24ers. They get to duke it out in round 1 of playoffs to see who is the best among them to move on to week 2. So, I say we focus a little bit more on the 9 to 24. We can talk a little bit about the top 8, but we can talk about them more next week as they kind of roll in. But do shout out these guys. Some of them are already hitting Masters. They're going to find their way into the AML next set, assuming they want to play. But pretty hype over there. And then we have over here some familiar names. Lawrence, we've seen some of these people before. Anybody you want to shout out here?
I'll shout out the unfortunate missing by 1 place to Batman for not getting the bye, but we all know that this is still a good spot, 9th. So, I mean, there's nothing to scoff at out of 48 players. So that's pretty nice to see. That's a veteran of many of our leagues. They've been playing for quite a while.
Yes.
But that's again, I think I talked about this last week, but I'm really happy to have a league like this set up where people can feel a little bit more into their element, where CG, or not CG anymore, TA Batman is someone who is a perennial diamond player, so just very similar to myself. Perhaps they'll get up to that master level, but before that point, they're still going to be here in AAL.
Yep.
And it's a pleasure to see that kind of workout where Batman is now a top 9 player there. And had made playoffs before in AML last set.
I believe it's they made finals.
Like, this is their element.
In 6.5, didn't they?
Compete. Say it again?
I believe they made finals in 6.5.
I'll go look.
Yeah, go find it, champ. But they made playoffs.
Oh,
a couple
no
times.
shot of me finding that.
Yeah. Good.
He's 2 seconds in. He's 2 seconds in.
This is way too complicated.
It's like I'm done.
I tried.
I'm not looking for that crap. Good thing you're a play-by-play. My gosh.
But like another one too though is Fiery Hedgehog. Someone who had kind of been like, man, this is kind of rough trying to like beat these like high master GM players in the old AML. And now they made playoffs here pretty healthily, and that's the kind of thing I'm trying to get at is like other people can come in and compete that are gold or diamond or anywhere in between, and it's not just like, oh, I'm going to come in and get beat by sweats really hard. You can come in and compete. That's what I was hoping to accomplish with this.
For sure. And somebody, again, I do want to call out somebody who did something that I have personally never seen done on stream. I've done it before not very many times. But I want to talk about M Burglar, who won a game. But won a game in a fashion that not even some of the greatest players in the entire world could do. I would say none of the greatest players in the entire world could do.
Go on
that day, which was win a game on her birthday. Oh my gosh, she got a first. It was her birthday. Not even Soju himself could do that on that day. It's not his birthday. He can't do it. Doesn't matter how many games he plays, he's gonna fail. But M Burglar on that day did it. I'm proud. Welcome to the playoffs.
Welcome to the playoffs.
Welcome to the playoffs. CLE, what you got?
I'm still trying to find out this Batman thing. I found some logs somewhere.
This is why you're
haven't found it.
This is why you're not a league admin.
No, I would not be good at it. Oh, well, okay. It wasn't 6.5. I can tell you that. He did not make it to playoffs in 6.5, but he did play in one of those leagues.
While you're digging up that information, I'll shout out Drakus over there in the chat. Also made playoffs from Team Ambition. Somebody I've seen around for a little while. I like the fact that I've played in the League of Legends area for quite a bit, and I see people kind of sift their way over into TFT, and I'm like running these events now and helping people coordinate these. And then players like Drakus come in, and I'm like, oh, I know you, I remember you, or at least like I've seen the name around. And there's a couple people that have done that as well. Focus up there in the top 8 is another one that I've seen around. They've run some leagues, I think, as well. But I think that's something that's cool because like it's the same client, right? Like so people play both. Like it's almost like a free advertisement. So that's another player that I've seen around for a decent bit, and also sponsored by Team Ambition. Shout out to Team Ambition.
Big shout out to Team Ambition. They have been popping off. Love to see it. Had some good tweets the other day as well. Just praising some of their players, letting them know, like, hey, these guys made it to the finals. I'm like, that is awesome to see. So, big shout out to them.
I found it.
CLE! Give me the information. What do you got for us?
At 7 AML, CG Batman, now TA Batman, went 6th in the league.
Hey, so that was it. Okay.
Found it.
Let's go.
Anyway, only took 30 minutes.
You're still good.
Proud of you, dude.
I tried. Thank you.
I'm really proud.
Okay, great.
Yeah, let's do this as well. Is there any player here, perhaps one that we haven't spoken about already? Is there someone here that any of you are looking at and going, I want to see how this goes? I'm excited to see how they do in a playoff scenario. Because remember, they can play up to 7 games on next Saturday.
Are you talking for all of it? For like any player or
the 9th through 24 seed? Like the players playing next week. Is there someone you're like, I'm excited to see how they do in playoffs? I'll start us off here.
Yeah,
I'm excited
with it.
to see how my roommate does, Karyukazu. He's
that's a good one.
That way. So on the upstairs up here with me. And I roped him into this. I've known him for quite a while. He's played TFT with me since we started playing the game. Like the game came out, basically. Got him to play some competitiveness. He would come over every once in a while. Oh my gosh, bread. He'd come over every once in a while. And during the tournament and be like, man, this TFT game is really starting to piss me off sometimes, because he would miss on things. So it's kind of funny getting that dynamic of it's not just about me. It's like putting into perspective how people react with these games, and how it affects them as they're going throughout their weekend. Do you got anybody over there, Honey Bear or Bread?
I've got someone.
This is Laserman Sealy. So I'm just messing with Brad. I don't actually know players. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Sealy. I got mine.
I am going to shout out Batman. I mean, I did search for a long time for him, so I at least got something out of it.
You're committed.
Yeah, right. I'm committed. He's my guy now, or girl, whoever you are. Not sure.
Guy. Good-looking man himself.
Oh wow. I believe it. I mean, he's Batman. Anyway, looking forward to see how they do. Obviously, have competitive experience. I've been playing leagues for a while now, since 6.5, I think is what I saw, and I expect them to do well.
My cop out is M Burglar, but who I'm actually going to go with is Needs Braces, because they've been around. That's a great
name, isn't it?
They've been around our league for a little while, so it's cool to see them back. I haven't seen them in the playoff settings. I believe they were in Set 7 and or 7-5 playoff settings for AML, but it'll be exciting to watch them. I think they're a better player than 15th, and I'm excited to see what they can actually bring. I do expect them to be in the finals, assuming they've actually put the time into this set to prepare for it. But I'm excited to see them kind of push forward and see if they can change some things up and squeak out a little bit better position than they find themselves in now. But yeah,
agreed.
I think it's my guys. Shout out to everyone who played. Again, we had 48 players who played, which exceeded our expectations for the first set of the AAL. Well done. For anybody who didn't make it, thank you so much for playing. I really hope we see you guys back. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. And if we can, obviously we'll have feedback forms and whatnot that Lawrence loves making. It's his favorite part of the leagues are the feedback forms. So make sure you fill those out. But again, thank you. You guys are absolutely amazing. Coming here every single week and playing these games. Not only that, but even some of these players who got knocked out were in houses for AAL, hanging out. Lawrence got to play in them. Mashup Maloney, shout out to him, was playing in them. I got to watch. I didn't get to play in any, but I got to watch a few. So that was fun. But big shout out to this entire crew. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to see what this league becomes because of the community that not us. We just hosted the tournament and tried to do it the best we could, but you guys made the league what it is, and that's pretty awesome. So
pretty neat.
You know what else is pretty neat? AML. Are we ready to switch on over there?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Not that we don't want to see that. On here.
Oh yeah.
We got some people who did pretty well in this top 8 category.
Tarzan's a beast, man.
Sheesh.
Yeah, but
that guy.
Who cares about them? Let's talk about 9 through 24.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I want to see. It's actually 10. Can I get to 9? Slow.
You want to know what I'm frustrated with?
There it is. What grinds your gears? That's what I want to know.
You know what grinds my gears? My freaking casters playing well, so they can't cast. What the heck?
Dot.
Dan and Dot.
Come on, Dot.
Stop. Okay?
What are you doing?
Dan, look at Dan down here, giving you hope, and then just stealing it away. Final game, stealing it away. How does that make you feel?
And then he goes and crushes it today.
So is this a good or a bad thing where he gets stolen away, but the reason he got stolen away is because he's good at the game, which means his cast is better because he's good at the game?
Interesting. I see what you're getting at. I'm not picking it up. No, he built us up. He's like, hey, look at this great thing that I'm going to give you guys. Then all of a sudden, I'm just going to tear it away from you at the last second.
Well, no wonder that you were stuck in platinum for so long then. Got him.
I'm not crying, you're crying. Anyway.
Getting hot in here.
Tears.
Anyway.
Yeah, continue.
That's always our transition.
You guys have been adding me in the Discord. This is my monitor we are looking at. I can't check it. Stop adding me.
Dot says a child.
Stop adding me.
You got me.
I do really want to shout out Dot, though. Getting the highest score of the week, 27 points, was not really looking good to make it into playoffs, but just popped off instead. So
yeah, they're like, well, actually, what if I kind of just crapped on everyone and made it? So
Sealy, thank you. I closed my downloads. I appreciate you DMing me about that.
I did that a lot, like 10 minutes ago, I think. 12 minutes ago.
Lawrence, we need to go quicker. No. No. My gosh.
Okay. Not exactly Bacon, sadly missing by I don't know how many points because I can't see 8th, but it's probably the best name in AML. So he's got that going for him.
Yes.
I missed it by 2 points.
That feels bad, man.
Moj.
We knew kind of the same thing. Is there anybody in here that you guys are looking forward to? Lawrence, we're going you first. Anybody in here you're looking for to make some waves in playoffs?
Somebody I've seen play pretty consistently now, the entire time I've seen him, and it almost gets shown there in their points, is Pajaro, down there at rank 21. They might have just barely squeaked into playoffs, but I don't think that's indicative of how it's actually going to go. Sometimes consistency is all you need to do to top 4 your lobby, right? Like they technically top 4'd the league because they had a consistently average, a consistently slightly above average placement throughout their entire time playing in the league. They had 2018, 2017. Like, what more do you want?
Yep.
And that was perfectly enough to make them into playoffs. And if you place like at 3.5 average, that's enough to advance you each time into the playoffs, and you could potentially make finals with just that kind of play style. So I'm happy to see them make it, and I'm excited to see what they actually end up placing in playoffs.
I have the correct answer. So CLE, I'll let you go, and then I'll give the correct answer.
Well, I'm going to steal your correct answer.
No,
probably.
There's literally no chance. Go ahead.
Really, there's no chance?
No chance.
Well, the person that's going to win AML, period.
Okay.
So not just making waves this week.
Wait. Did you just spoil it there with the period?
What?
Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. It's the same person that Dot just said in chat that he's going to send 8th. It's not going to happen. This Owen guy is too cracked.
Okay.
Look at him.
I thought you were going to say Dot because you're like going to win it, period.
Oh, no.
I
don't. Selfishly, I don't want Dot.
I love seeing
I just want Dot to cast. He's too good. I want to cast with him.
Yeah.
We saw it last.
Sorry.
We saw it last set.
Flame.
We saw it last set with Jojo Karate, and seeing it again here with Owen of the scaling. I love 14, seeing these kind of
17, 22, 26. Like this guy's just scaling infinite.
He's just getting better, and I love seeing that. Where like maybe this isn't always the case, but it's like they start realizing like, oh, I really need to try while playing in this league, and you go, oh crap! Now suddenly they had one of the best weeks in the entire league on the last week to like kind of make that extra push for playoffs. When I think they were pretty safe up here in the 10th spot, but I love seeing stuff.
Are they a resident challenger player too?
Yes,
not anymore.
They at one point,
the fact that they hit it,
they touched it. Not many people have touched challenger.
They're eligible for ACL.
Just under a week ago, he would have made corrupted.
Oof.
So, anyway,
are you guys ready for the correct answer?
No. Go ahead.
Well, I'll be bread then. It's Gagamo. Yeah. I don't know why we didn't shout that out. This possibly is one of the best players, if not the best player in the AML right now. The only reason they're right here is because of this little week right here that they forgot to show up. and they didn't show up. Therefore, they went bottom. Otherwise, it was 20, 28, 22, like with 4 hot streak points. Like, they are absolutely cracked out of their mind. They're so good at this game, and they're gonna breeze through the first round of playoffs, breeze through the second round, and then overall win the tournament.
Well, nice cop out.
What do you mean?
And
it's the right answer.
It is the right answer.
It's correct. Look at this guy. He's so freaking good at this game.
But he literally took a week off and still was 17th.
He took a nap. He logged in. He's like, nah, I'm not playing this week. Took a nap. Great.
Supposed to take a vacation. That's what it was. They actually had, when they were messaging me, they had legitimately taken like a vacation, and they're like, oops, I forgot to let you know.
Wait, seriously? Is that what they said?
Yeah, they were like on a vacation, so like they're like, oh crap, I forgot to, like, they had like a holiday thing that was going on, and they just were able to play that weekend, and they forgot about it as the second week.
It's kind of like losing to Krugs.
They were relaxed. 28 points.
28 points coming back, and then just chilled his way with the 22.
You just scale infinite.
We are scaling.
This guy would have been a top player. He would have probably been right around pouring up here if he would have actually had that week.
I mean, like, look at the points. It's like even like 10 more points gets you easily into the top 8.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like,
that's 10 points. That's a bad week by their standards.
Yes. That's a quite a bad week by their standards. So yeah. Yagamo, maybe it's cop out. Correct though. They're gonna be popping off. I really can't wait to see what they do. Moving forward in the playoffs. Shout outs. Go ahead.
I'm just agreeing with you.
I agree with you too.
He's gonna be fun to watch. Okay?
That's all I got.
Shout outs for those who missed.
If I had a trumpet, I would play taps right now, but I don't.
There's a lot of people in this. I almost feel like it would take too long to shout them all out.
And I love all of them.
There's a lot of love. And the AML, there's just a lot of big community members in the AML. So
I think some of it,
love all these people.
It's really weird. Maybe I just know people from them playing around the scene for so long or around Aegis, but I actually know almost every one of these people.
Yep.
I know these people.
Like, interact with you, message you, DM you, chat with you, jump in the call with you. Yep.
Like, I know, in terms of just like knowing, like, I know Maddie TKD, I know Papa. I unfortunately don't know Max Second quite as well as I would like. I know Darkblade. I know, looking down, JY. JY is pretty good.
Well, you know Ray.
Pretty much everyone else I just know, and then everybody else on that list I haven't mentioned yet, I'm like friends with.
Oh yeah.
It's like, that's really awkward for me to see them all not make it. But that's how it goes. That's competition for you.
But it's also the hype of, like, we've been running these for a little while now, so it's nice to see. There are a lot of familiar names that are up here, but there are a lot of non-familiar names that have made their way up, and it's going to be awesome to watch them progress and to see, what kind of happens moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to the top 8 next time, but shout out to Shogun Eagle, that's also here in the chat, of being someone that comes in and plays for is their first set, unless I'm having a memory loss, and crushes it. So seeing this new blood come in it sucks seeing all these friends of mine not. Oh my gosh, all my friends of mine not make it. That was jarring. All my
Who gave this guy editor Pratt?
That's just how it goes.
Get out of here. I agree, Lawrence. And last shot I want to do, $1.50 slice, best cam.
Best cam. That was, I'm glad we got them on the broadcast this week.
Same.
All right, let's get down to it. Let's get to the bread.
The meat and potatoes.
The ACL. Now, I have been skipping over the top 8, but, well, I guess, Lawrence, for time's sake, do you not want me to make my point? I can make my point next week.
I think this is a good point to make.
I can make it next week.
I think it's important to shout this out. I know exactly what you're going to get at. I think this is a good point to shout out because it's very fresh in our minds of what it happening. So go ahead.
Okay. Last Cardax, this man right here, this performance at hitting 107, with a 102 and 91 as the next two, is the greatest season performance that we have ever seen at Aegis in all leagues. He has dominated this league harder than anyone else has ever dominated a league in the history of Aegis TFT leagues, and I think it needs to be shouted out and praised. There have been players who have come close in different seasons in different leagues, but in my opinion, Last Cardax absolutely destroyed this league. Between him and third is not even close. It's a full week's worth of points away.
That's 2 full games.
Yes. There are a lot of players who struggle to hit that point total in a 4-game series.
Yep. Right. And that's what insane. What the next place down. Like, not just like, for like between like making the buy. That's the literal like 3, like if you don't include Skip's also nuts, of course.
Skip is nuts. It was a great performance by Skip.
Him and Sevek, it's like 16 points. That's kind of crazy. And to give a little more context to like what kind of point we're making here of why this is so important, we've had multiple good players kind of like just be better than the competition before. As was shouted out, I believe from last set by Indie Alex when we were talking to him today. We had Shy Guy, Indie Alex, and I believe one more that his name is escaping me. There were like 5 players that were like really good in AML last set.
Dominated. But they're all topped 100 points.
Right. They're all above 100 points. Whereas this is like him and Skip are like a little close, but other than that, crushed everyone else. It was relatively even for everyone else. And then these 2 players, specifically Cardax, just were that much better. And these are all challenger players. Like, these are all challenger players.
And it's not just all challenger. We had, out of the what was it, 48 players that we had, I believe, Lawrence, wasn't it over half? So over 24?
It was well over half. It was, I think, 39 or 38 were over 1K peak in the last 2.5 sets.
Yes. So 1K LP peak.
Those are good players.
Like, there are a lot of players, LATAM, EU, that are ranked like in the top 10 that he is competing against every single week. Even players like, and we'll get to them, like Keens, like Within, that we've already talked about, who are top 20 in North America, and this guy destroyed every single week, and it's unbelievable. I didn't actually know this was occurring until this last week, and when I saw the final number, I'm like, this has never, like, people have come close to this, but this is by far, in my opinion, the most dominant performance that anyone has ever had. And when Lawrence and I do the rankings coming up, you better believe that's gonna be in like the forefront of my mind of what a performance. Obviously, it is regular season. We've had better performances in playoffs. We've had good players come through, so we'll have to see what happens moving forward. But just huge shout out to Last Cardax for being the most dominant player we've ever seen in the regular season.
I do want to have one quick shout out, last thing on this as well, for all top 4 players. I'm really happy I got it implemented for this set, where the top 4 actually get a direct payout. No matter what they do in playoffs, these top 4 players are getting a payout. So Cardax is getting a $30 payout, getting their pay-in fee completely back. And this is exactly why. Like, I really want to reward these players that like come in and it's like, this player's just better. And if they have a one bad week because like they get eliminated by a 5th or something, I don't want that to be the way that their season ends. I want them to get their money back. At least as a show that I appreciate what they did in the regular season.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
And the very last thing I want to say about this, because we need to keep moving. 16 games are played within the groups.
Correct.
You went bot 2 twice, and one of them was a 5th.
Wait, bot 4?
Bot 4 twice. I'm sorry. Bot 4 twice, and one of them was a 5th.
Like, that's nuts.
That's insane.
Like, what?
That's crazy. Last thing I want to say about... No, I'm just kidding. On to the real meat and potatoes. Nobody cares about any of these players anymore. They're dead to us. They're gone. We'll quickly go through 9 through 24. Who you guys looking to see? Some unbelievably good players in here, but who are you guys looking for? Lawrence, we got to go to you first. You've been first every time.
I think my choice for this is going to be passing it off to you, Honey Bear. So you're first this time.
Phenomenal.
Nice.
I personally, I mean, this is going to be, I have the cop-out answer, so I'm kind of glad it's me, because I can just get the cop-out answer out of the way. It's Keynes. I'm excited to watch Keynes. Keynes always makes it to the finals, has struggled in the finals before. I think some of the pressure gets to him, but you can see how good of a player he actually is. We continually memed it of how it's like, oh, if you can't perform in a tournament, just win a solo queue. And it's like, all right, just get a bye. He doesn't have a bye this time. That kind of stinks, but he's always making it to the finals. I'm excited to see him continue to ramp up. Lawrence, I don't want to steal your thunder with this, but tell me about Keynes' last week, as like make my point here real fast.
Like, so I might have mentioned this already a little bit, but like I told him this morning that like you've got a chance. Like, it's pretty close. That coming into the day, it was, I believe, 7 points off. If he had a 25 point,
don't phrase it like that. I told you not to. All right, he was ranked 39. Forget the 7 points thing. That makes it look lesser.
He was ranked 39. He was second class. He
39.
almost got eliminated last week. He was almost eliminated last week.
Thank you.
And guess what?
He
ended up coming in, and I told him, hey, just get 25 points today or more, or 28 points, and you'll advance. And guess what he got? He got 25 points and got in by 1 point.
25 points, he did it. Lawrence called it the exact thing what he needed. Keen says done, and boom, he got his 25 points and made it into the playoffs. The exact number he needed going into the day. Like, insane. Crazy. And we're actually sitting in the broadcast standby channel, looking at it, thinking, what is the point total that is going to be needed to move through? And we all thought it was going to be, I thought 72, Containers thought 73, Lawrence didn't have a thought, but 74 had to come through, and Lawrence had called it earlier on the day you needed 25, and that's actually kind of impressive.
Hype.
So, that's my player.
Pretty sweet.
What you got?
What do you got, Billy?
Can I have two people?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. Zazu,
Yes.
Also a scaler. Look at this guy. 10, 15, 24, 25.
Yes.
Absolutely scaling. Played in Golden Spatula Cup this weekend. Lost the tiebreaker to go to day 2.
Ooh, I saw that.
That feels so bad.
Awful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, screw that.
Heartbreaker. Who's the other guy?
Yeah, really. My other guy?
No,
is
who was the other? Who beat Zazu? Who beat our boy Zazu?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have it up anymore. But,
Find him.
Sorry.
We would do that.
My other guy,
joke. It's a joke for legal reasons.
So for legal reasons,
it's a joke.
What's your secondary one though? What's your actual
My second guy is Boat Crew 2. I know this guy. I met him through a Twitch community. He is a grinder, man. This guy has been grinding the game. He wanted to go for top 8, and so I think he went 1-2 in his first 2 games, and then just ran it down. I think 7-8 because he was trying to do super high cap boards. Yeah, right. But it's just a really good strategic player. Obviously, knows when he needs to turn it on and try to go for those top placements. Obviously, it didn't work this time, but it's strategic in that nature. So I think they're going to do well.
Hog. Yeah, moving in. I don't have too much to add on to that. Well, I guess I'll say Boat Crew reached out to me today and said that they had a great time regardless of how things go in playoffs. So appreciate you, Boat Crew, if you happen to watch. I'm excited to see how that player does as well.
Big hypes.
But somebody I want to see in playoffs is player 3x / player 2x. Again, that's a player I've seen for months on end that had never played in our leagues, but played a lot in our weeklies and consistently did well. And it kind of shows up in their point totals here. It's similarly to my shout out for AML, just consistent play, 16, 21, 19, 18, and that was enough. Just slightly above, slightly above, like that 3.8 average, and that can be enough again. Like that's enough to advance you, and that's what happened here again. So it's a little bit of is there a broken record going on here? But that's the kind of player I like to see when it comes to playoffs, because I like seeing how those end up shaping up in playoffs.
He's the only player in top 24 with 0 hot streak points.
Yeah, see, like stuff like that. That's funny. Like they just never got that. We have to shout out who is the player? Anox. Another player. I want to shout out. I know they're top 8, but they beat out MK Solduri for that spot with both having 84 points, and they did that with the tiebreaker that we have. It's almost like a humble brag for myself of we have it be top 3s. I think that shows that you're a consistent player that can like not always win, but you can consistently place pretty good, like not top 4, but like top 3. And they won that tiebreaker by 1 game. It was 9-8, and Anox got that tiebreaker. The kicker is 0 of those were first. None of those were first. They got 0 first in the entire season. The entire season, all 16 games, they didn't get a single first, and they got top 8.
But they got a bye.
Consistent, good player.
That's actually that's one of the most insane stats I heard today. Just because, like, I mean, it's fine if you don't get first. Like, I'm not a first place player. I play for 4th. I play for top 3s. But like a player to make it in these lobbies and never actually hit a first, but get a bye of top 8, like that's kind of nuts. That's like the most consistent player we've actually ever had. Then,
yeah, that's gotta be
so consistent.
Like I don't track that stuff, but like
no.
Other than like checking for these tiebreakers that were going on, but yeah, I don't think we've had very many occurrences of that ever. like
sweet.
Like even just like 1 or 2, like come on, like you got to get at least 1 or 2, and they just didn't. That's so weird to me.
Sure. Shout out to our fallen comrades down here.
Salute.
You guys are absolutely amazing. Still same in here. Got a lot of friends, a lot of people who we found along the way. Some streamers who provided POVs that were funny, that were entertaining, that we were very thankful for. Obviously, trying to do the production side of things, it's difficult if you don't have POVs. And to have a POV of somebody that not only is providing their gameplay, but also just providing us with pure entertainment of them being a funny person, it's really cool. So thanks. Shout out to
Pie Hat already.
Mr.
I miss Pie Hat already.
Yeah, I miss Pie Hat so much already. I hope you're watching Pie Hat.
I miss Pie Hat too. I think completely unbiased. I think Pie Hat is my favorite player.
Huh? Like every time he was on broadcast, we're like, man, Pie Hat's so funny to watch.
He's just great.
I need to learn. It's Spanish, right? Spy speak Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish. Yep.
I gotta learn Spanish, so I just watch his stream all the time.
Yeah,
like I don't speak Spanish. I know nothing in Spanish. It's a running joke that we have. That it's if somebody's speaking Spanish, you insta ping Yui, and you just hope that Yui pops in soon. It's like, please come save us. We know nothing.
Oh man.
Cool.
Okay.
Moving on.
We've been running over it though. We should.
I love the ACL.
I do. I love how this actually goes. I love the competition that's been happening with this.
100%. Big pogs. Moving on to awards.
So long. Holy crap.
Huh?
It feels so weird being back in this scene. We were in the other one for so long.
Yeah, we were over there forever. Welcome back.
Anyways,
to the Aegis Rolldown podcast. I'm the real Honey Bear. How you guys doing? No, I'm just kidding. On to awards. Do we want to go through high roll and then go through low roll, or you want to do reverse low roll to high roll?
Sorry, I'm adding somebody.
Gotcha. You're doing other things that's not the podcast. You wonder why the podcast takes so long.
No, it's not going long, right, guys?
Yeah, it's not that long.
Are you guys just adding me? Why do I have 6 ads? Yeah. Stop it! My gosh!
Pranked.
I'm just getting added a ridiculous amount.
Anyways,
awards.
Okay, awards. Okay, awards. My high roll of the week. I mean, I feel like this will be counted as a cop-out.
My roll of the week is you guys, and then Rainbow Meowie joining in just to at me with a heart pouring.
Get wrecked, idiot. Don't you love it here?
What's your blood pressure right now?
he's like he's just breathing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I think we might need a new producer. Should we add someone? I think I know someone named the Real Honey Bear. Want to add him real quick?
Wait.
We doing high rolls? What are we doing? I blacked out for a second.
Okay.
What are we on? We high rolling?
Yeah, we're high rolling. Okay. All right. To actually finish this off. Might be a little bit of a cop out, and I'm going to shout him out again. I loved seeing the fight in Keens. That was the high roll of the week, getting 25 points. That was pretty fun for me to watch. I saw him go first after a 5-point week. That's
on mobile.
He may on a mobile, but like got 5 points. That's pretty much just you didn't show up that week. Like you might as well not have shown up. Like no offense, man, but like you may as well not have shown up for 5 points. That's pretty freaking brutal. And he's like, I'll just show up next week and go first. And the first one was he disconnected effectively. His PC had crashed and he went on to mobile and won. And that was still again enough. He got in by 1 point. That was enough. I don't know. That mega high roll of the week.
8878, man.
I'm gonna tie my both into two. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
My high roll is that Dot and Dan are beasts, and they got into playoffs. And my low roll is I want to hear them cast more, and now I can't. What the heck?
Just tell them to lose.
I'm going to. I don't know if they're gonna be okay with that though.
Well, don't tell it to them live. You know.
Oh,
like just kind of hope it.
Got him.
Hope to keep it in your backpack.
Okay, cool.
I already did my low roll. High roll. Indy Alex for stepping in, doing the broadcast today for us. We had a ridiculous amount of tech issues. But he stood through, took care of absolutely all of them. We made it through. For you guys who stuck around for the stream, thank you. Sometimes these things just happen with the tech issues. But yeah, my big high roll of the week was Indy Alex stepping in, taking over for me for the day, and dealing with everything wonderfully and doing a great job. So, big high roll of the week there. Question and answers. We see anything come through, or is there anything that you guys wanted to pop into? Let me check my ats real fast, see if I had anything.
What does your shirt mean?
The goodest boy on Twitch? This is my puppy.
Yeah.
This is my dog. He's the goodest boy on Twitch. It was my brand back when I was, a big name streamer, back when I was the real Honey Bear, the streamer, not the real Honey Bear, the Aegis intern. So
now you're new Lawrence. So
yeah, Jensen.
You gotta see this though.
Jensen is his name, and he's the goodest boy on Twitch.
Yeah.
So, what do you have there, cool. Lawrence? Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Coffee. Let's freaking go.
Okay, that's silly.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
I wanted to show off my buttons.
I'm gonna add back in the bread.
I dressed up for the cast today. Do you like my neutrals? Yeah,
you'll love to see it. But back to questions. Did we see anything? Was there any topic we wanted to hit real fast? Any outside topics that you guys wanted to bring up?
I think we can bring up that we're at an hour and 35 minutes right now, and should probably.
There was an intro. There was a timer in the middle, or the beginning. We're only at an hour and a half.
Okay, fine. I didn't see any questions and answers though.
What just happened to your camera, Sealy?
What
happened?
He hit it with he accidentally hit it with his shirt.
What is going on? All right, guys. We'll call it a day. I hope you guys had an absolutely great day. Sealy, any shout outs? Lawrence,
shout out to
any
all the
shout
casters.
outs?
I do.
Solid stuff. You guys have a great rest of your night. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Sealy.
Shout out the casters. Shout out the 3 new casters we had this weekend. Z-Boy Wonder did a great job. Dan did a great job. And Alvaro did a great job. Just love them all. Shouts out to ProTroid for helping organize it all. Everything's fantastic.
Yep.
Lawrence?
I was big hyped to see all that. Yep. I loved seeing everybody new come in. Again, those 3 casters. And once again, I have to shout out Indy Alex coming in. Sometimes when tech issues happen, it can be very flustering. Guy took it like a champ and was very professional. another shout out to him from myself.
Big shout out in the chat. Raymond Maui letting us know next week we'll be shaving Lawrence's mustache. Stay tuned. It'll be phenomenal. Shout out all things Aegis. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully we have better guests on soon. This was tough.
That's my shirt.
Yeah, people have some guests on with real shirts.
With real shirts.
Yeah.
I'm not even convinced that's not just skin.
Yeah.
It's the same color.
No. My skin is very white.
Oh, we noticed.
I am
Be
the whitest.
blinding. Like we'll have to dim your camera down.
These lights are warm colors, so it makes me look tanner. Like if I do this,
shut it off.
Yeah, I'm a goat.
Get it out of here.
I'm a goat.
Go outside.
So now I look warm. I don't touch grass.
There's snow out there. Go touch it.
No. Okay. There is snow out there.
There's a lot of snow out there. Go touch it. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys tomorrow? Next week? We'll see you on next Sunday. In 2 weeks?